Welcome to Tailored Talks, where real life, real estate, and a little bubbly come together. I'm your host, Taylor Oldham, and in each episode, we'll dive into real life stories, home projects, real estate tips, and honestly, whatever else pops up, because life doesn't fit into a perfect mold, and neither do we. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's chat. And welcome to the first ever episode of Tailored Talks. Well, before we get started, it truly wouldn't be right if we didn't pop the cork on a little bit of La Marca Prosecco. So if you're new to me, the first thing that I need to tell you is that there definitely is not a bad time for bubbles. And let's see. Woo! There is definitely never a bad time for La Marca. So, cheers. All right. Well, hi everyone. I am Taylor Oldham. I am your host, and I'm beyond excited to kick off this journey with you. So I know you all must have a couple questions for me. So let's just get started, okay? Why a podcast? Well, I've been thinking for a while, and honestly, my husband's also been asking me, especially since I got a legit microphone for Christmas last year, and let's face it, this is the first time that I'm actually putting it to use. But as a realtor, an aspiring DIYer, and someone who just loves connecting with people, I realized that I wanted a space where I could talk about all the things that matter to me, and hopefully they matter to you too. So we'll talk about real estate, home projects, and life. But more than that, I wanted to create something authentic, a place where we can talk about what it really means to figure out who you are and where you're going without all the filters. Though I definitely can't say no to a Facetacam Instagram filter because, let's be honest, they just give you that little added confidence boost. So the next question you may have is, what's my vision for these tailored talks? Well, it's pretty simple. I want to have real conversations. Whether you're here to learn more about real estate, get tips on your next DIY project, or maybe just feel seen and heard, this podcast is for you. My goal is to bring value to anyone who is listening, whether you're navigating the home buying process, figuring out your next move in life, or just someone that's looking for a little inspiration with, of course, a glass of Prosecco in hand. So, a little bit about me. I am a realtor based in Knightdale, North Carolina. We are considered to be the Triangle, so we're just outside of Raleigh. If you're new and don't understand what the Triangle is, in North Carolina, there are three big cities: Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. They create the Research Triangle, which is a hub here and why many people actually move here. But I've always had a passion for helping people find a place that they can truly call home. I did make my start in the sport and entertainment industry. I did 5 seasons with the Canes, so go Canes, and then worked for a year with a leading sport marketing company, and had a great time traveling and learning the ins and outs of the hospitality industry through that. But beyond my professional life, I'm someone who believes in showing up authentically, being real, being vulnerable, and not being afraid to show up as yourself, no matter what that looks like. And trust me, this past year has been a bit rocky for me and my husband, to say the least. But we're here. We're still showing up for you. But most importantly, honestly, I'm showing up for myself. Through this podcast, I want to encourage you to do the same, to find your voice and lean into who you are. We live in a world that's constantly telling us who we should be, but here I want you to feel empowered to embrace who you truly are. That's my goal, and I promise that if you listen, I'll be showing up authentically too. So what can you expect? Well, we're going to talk about anything from real estate tips, how to get started in the real estate industry, different marketing avenues and things like that you could use. So a lot of entrepreneurial topics. We're also, of course, going to talk about home projects and the ups and downs of life, and maybe just some spontaneous topics in between, because if you follow me on Instagram, I do love a good trip to Target and some reality TV. So I'll share my stories, and hopefully we'll learn and grow together along the way. And of course, we'll always have a little bit of fun, because life is too short not to. I mean, this is why we celebrate all of our buyer closings with spraying Prosecco, because life is truly too short to not celebrate every single moment. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I'm so thrilled to have you here, and I can't wait to dive into the next episode with you. But for now, grab your favorite drink, make yourself comfortable, and let's get started on this wild adventure together. Thanks for tuning in to Tailored Talks. I hope you enjoyed our chat and feel a little bit inspired, whether it's about real estate, home projects, or just life in general. If you loved this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. And of course, I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me on social media or shoot me a message with your thoughts and topics you'd like to hear about next. Until next time, grab a glass, stay authentic, and remember, there's always something worth toasting to.